Welcome to the In Shape Fitness Show. I'm Kim Watkins and I will be your trainer for this workout, which we call the Spring Break Boost, and it's volume 1. Over the next couple of weeks here in March, schools have different off weeks, and for the next couple of weeks I know a lot of clients of In Shape in New York City and around the country. Some next week, some the week after will be breaking, and lots of vacations are taken. And whether you are going on a vacation and don't have access to your gym or your normal trainer, or you're even staying at home and you have that added stress of what you're doing with your kids when they aren't in school, this is a good equipment-free workout. It's going to take about 25 minutes and it will get your heart rate up, it will boost your metabolism, work all of your muscles, and we'll have some fun. So let's do a real thorough warm-up to get you started. Stand up, take a couple of deep breaths, and just make sure everything is kind of engaged and you've done a systems check in terms of your posture. Your head is forward and up, your ears are over your shoulders are back, chest is open. Lift your rib cage with your breath as you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now squeeze those tummy muscles. They are in there. No matter how big your waistline is, you do have some muscle in there. You've got quite a bit of it. So squeeze those muscles, tighten your tailbone, or tuck your tailbone rather in, and make sure that your pelvis is completely vertical. Contract the legs, the muscles in the leg, and your glutes, and let's start with a march in place. So you're going to lift your knees up to about a hip level, and you're going to swing your arms forward and back. Continue breathing. Time starts now, 30 seconds. Just wanted to make sure before we get started today that you have a really good sort of innate sense of how your body is reacting to your exercise. So hopefully you're in your bare feet, first of all, because I prefer that you use your feet a bit more, especially in these workouts, which you're doing in your living room or in maybe a conference room in your office. Just continue swinging your arms forward and back, lifting your knees up for a couple more seconds. We're going to take it up to a jog next. But the reason is because when you take a couple of minutes to just breathe deeply and contract sort of isometrically. There's no sort of about it. I don't even know why I said that. It's not sort of. You do isometrically contract your muscles. Go take it up to a jog now and add a shoulder press, a control press up with your hands, control pull down with your hands for another 30 seconds, and time is going. The result of your awareness of your breathing pattern and the contraction, isometric contraction of your muscles, like in your tummy muscles, tucking in your tailbone and straightening up your pelvis and contracting your pelvic floor, you generate energy. You generate energy coming out of your core and filtering down through your limbs in order to exercise more efficiently. You're going to get much more of a metabolic boost this way. That's why it is important, even though we weren't doing anything for the first minute and 40 seconds or so of the session, you are getting something done. Okay, now we're going to go into a high knee jog. If you can't jog with your knees up high, at least walk with your knees up really, really high or continue jogging. So let's start the next 30-second segment now. Get those knees up and keep jogging if you can. I like to put my hands on my hips when I jog with my knees up real high. But whatever you do with your arms, keep it up. You've got 20 more seconds. Make sure you're breathing. Do not hold your breath. Keep the back straight. Don't start collapsing or bending forward, collapsing at your waist. And keep it going. Couple more seconds. We'll take it down to a very, very a stationary move with your arms. We're going to make some arm circles here in 3 seconds. 2 and 1. Now extend your arms out to the sides and in a controlled fashion with a straight, no bend in the elbow, straight arm. Make big circles, opening up your chest and warming up the shoulders and opening up your back. Good. Now reverse the circles. Last 15 seconds. And you'll be excited to know this. You're actually starting on the floor. So in the middle of the workout, we're going to do a standing series, but we're actually starting on your hands and knees. So go ahead and get down on the floor. We're going to do a couple of cat camels to limber up the back just a bit more. Make sure that your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Your knees are directly underneath your hips, and neutralize your back. You really want a straight back. Now drop your head like a bowling ball and round up your spine like a scared cat. or just round up your spine, like however you want to envision it, but try to get that thoracic, that middle part of your back, up high into the air, as high into the air as possible. Now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lift your head and your chest and squeeze the lower back. That's good. Really squeeze it. Lift as high as you can. You might even feel a bit of a stretch in your abs, in between your rib cage. Okay, one more time. Drop your head like a bowling ball. Round up the spine. Take another deep breath. Try to get the spine a little higher this time. And then contract the back. Lift your head and your chest. Okay. So that was gentle, lovely. A bit of yoga added into what will otherwise be a fairly aerobic workout. You're going to do push-ups next. So spread your arms a little wider in order to recruit your chest muscles. And if you're doing your push-ups on your toes, you got to walk your feet out now and get yourself into a plank position. Okay, remember when you do your push-ups, you're going to inhale as you bend your elbows down and then exhale as you push back up. If you're on your knees, I'm starting the time now, by the way, 30 seconds, go. If you're on your knees, make sure you make a 45-degree angle with the floor and your thighs. Okay, really control your movement. Move slowly. You don't need to get a certain number of repetitions in. You do need to control your body. When momentum and gravity help you, you do less work yourself, which means you don't boost your metabolism as much and emit the level of effort that your body really wants to in this short sort of workout. All right, push-ups. All set, but now you're going to do a plank. So lower your hands down to the forearm position with your elbows directly under your shoulders. And let's start the 30 seconds on your plank right now. So you're on your toes, gripping the floor with your feet. If you want to make this harder, you can invert your feet, resting your body on the tops of your feet. That we call a mermaid plank, and that's not written in here as the plank we're doing, but it is an interesting level of challenge that you can add, or you can rotate your hips. We're going to do another plank in not in 5 seconds, but in a couple of moves. We're going to do one move on your tummy, which you can lower your body down to the floor now completely and spread your arms out to the sides like wings of a bird. We call this the bird takeoff, in fact, because what you're going to do is you're going to leave your lower body still and lift your head, your shoulders, your chest, and your arms up like you're getting ready to take off in flight. Okay, let's start the 30 seconds. Take a deep breath in, exhale, lift up, and slowly lower down. Exhale, lift up, and slowly lower down. Once again, keep going. Lift up. Halfway through this, we've got 15 seconds left, so you can do 3 more at that pace. Lift up and lower down slowly. Remember, really focus on that control on the way down. That's where gravity really wants to participate. Think of gravity and momentum as these two little beings that sort of want to help you out. And you really want to get them out of your room, out of your existence in terms of this exercise routine, any exercise routine for that matter. For the most part. There are exceptions, I guess. Okay, now you're going to do something that we call a plank dog. And that means you're going to go back into your plank. So lift yourself back up to your forearms. And you're going to do and you've probably done a bird dog. A bird dog is a fairly standard sort of a structural move. It's Pilates based and has its generations in yoga. But you're going to extend your right arm forward while your left forearm stays on the floor. Right arm forward, turning your palm towards your head and making sure that the bicep is up there close to your ear. And then put your forearm back down with the right hand and then lift the left hand straight out from your body. It's not going to lift up, just straight out. Okay, let's start the 30 seconds. Kind of blasting through this workout pretty quickly. It's meant to be somewhat instructional. Obviously, each move as it's introduced is something new, although if you want to, you can actually go to inshape-fitness.com and take a look. On the left column is always a quick reference guide of the workout that we're doing in that particular week. And if you listen to a podcast that is not on the website, just send me an email, get in touch with me via the website, and we can get you that quick reference to look at while you're doing the exercise routine. Okay, Keep it going. I think we're all set with that plank dog now. So lower your body back to the floor for one more move on the floor. And then we're going to stand up. This last move on the floor is called a ceiling stomp. And I want you to rest your arms wherever they're comfortable and your tummy's on the floor. Now bend your knees 90 degrees and flex your feet. Okay, so you're resting on your thighs. Your knees are glued together as kind of one unit. And you're going to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, I want you to contract your glutes and your hamstrings and lift your knees up off the floor. It's a micro movement, but very, very helpful for some of the inner glute muscles and your hamstrings. Okay, take a deep breath in, exhale, lift up. Time starts now. Very nice. This is, 25 minutes does not seem like it's going to be enough time for you to actually be like considered, your daily workout or whatever. But in reality, when you move with precision and you have the right coupling of exercise moves and you have the right amount of effort that you're putting forth in terms of not letting gravity help you out, not just controlling your limbs and working efficiently, this is enough for you to get out of going to the gym ever. Do not go on vacation and go to a gym. I mean, unless you really get get amped up or motivated by the social potential for meeting people in the gym or just chatting with other individuals when you're in that environment. There's really no reason why you can't just do this in a room and then have a fun vacation day, Okay, let's stand up. On that note, we're going to move along here with a series of standing moves, starting with jumping jacks. So, get you ready for some jumping jacks. You're going to keep a slight bend in the knee for shock absorption, and you're going to land lightly on the balls of your feet. The last thing is that you want to control your arm movement, making big circles up over your head, touching at the top. Time starts now. 30 seconds. Breathe continuously in through your nose and out through your mouth. You're going to be going fairly rapidly, hopefully, but still with control. Here's where, momentum does build up because that's the nature of the physical force, momentum, but just make sure you're controlling everything. You have to think about how, maybe you'd be moving in a viscous fluid in more heavy air in order to sort of focus on pulling your arms down instead of just letting them fall down. A couple more seconds. We're going to go into some squats. 3 more seconds. Went a little over the 30 seconds for the jumping jacks, but I really wanted to make sure that you got your heart rate back up. Okay, now plant your feet shoulder width apart, pinky toes and heels in line. Contract those ab muscles. I know I've been talking about this quite a bit here, but really focus right now on the squeeze of the abdominal muscles and keeping your back straight. You're going to shift your weight to your heels, squat down until your thighs are parallel to the floor, and then as you exhale, contract your glutes and press your heels into the floor. Try not to let the knees go past the tips of your toes. And time starts now. You are doing a great job, regardless of whether you're on vacation. As I'm sitting here, I'm imagining myself at Atlantis in the Bahamas, or this really beautiful resort in St. Martin that I had the privilege of vacationing at one winter actually. I missed this huge storm in New York City because of this wonderful vacation at a place called La Samana in St. Martin. Or any trip where you're not in your ho-hum sort of regular life is so much fun. Okay, that's the squats. Now you're going to do a lunge. Now, if you have bad knees, you want to definitely be careful with lunges, but you really want to. Lunges are great because they work some of those ancillary muscles along the leg. Take a big step forward with your right leg. Bend both knees to 90 degrees and lower the body straight down. Do not bend forward, but really focus on keeping the back straight, keeping that tailbone tucked in. And then step back and by pushing off with the right leg, and then alternate with your left leg. Okay, so time starts now. 30 seconds for this forward lunge, basic lunge. Keep your hands on your hips if you like. You can extend them out to the sides if you need some help with balance. And either way, you are almost halfway through. Doing great. Keep breathing. Remember, in through the nose. Very important. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And contract the diaphragm and really focus on expelling all the carbon dioxide when you exhale. The bodies want the oxygen, and the body wants to get rid of that excess carbon dioxide because it can't use it. So, help it out a little bit by really forcing the inhale and the exhale to be complete. Okay. Now you're going to do, going back to squats actually, this is a squat jump, and you're going to do a squat. So get yourself back into your squat position where your pinky toes and heels are in line. You're going to sit down and back into your chair. And then as you lift up, you're going to explosively lift up off of the floor with both feet at the same time, landing lightly on the balls of your feet, and then reshifting your weight to your heels immediately and going right back into your squat. There's no stop and start of individual repetition because you want a fluid move from the up position all the way back into the squat. Time starts now, 30 seconds. Make sure that you're breathing here. Your muscles are working hard, and you really want to focus on squeezing those glute muscles at the back of the leg so that your quads don't do all of the work. They will. Your quads are the hugest muscle in your body. I call them the bully. If you've listened in on my podcasts, you know that a lot of postural deviations and the sedentary lifestyle that we live and different components of the way people move, it sort of emanates from this issue that we have where the unused muscles, they atrophy after they aren't used so much, but the quad is being used in walking and in sitting even quite a bit, and so it can take over and help out with all these functional things that you want to do, but it's to the detriment of the other muscles that you want to work. So you have to really focus on the other stuff. Okay, now we're going to do a reverse lunge. So in this case, we're reverting from the forward lunge that you just did to a backward step with the right leg, keeping that left leg stable. Make sure your toes are forward. Your toes don't turn out to the sides. And the reason you want, again, has to do with that quad being in action more than it should be, right? If your toes are turning out, then you're going to misplace your body weight, and you put a little more body weight on your back and your quad when you do that. So let's start the time now on the reverse lunge. We're alternating feet again. And just make sure you're taking a big enough step backwards in order to get right angles with both of your knees as you bend the knees. In the forward knee, you don't want to go past the tips of your toes again. So that's another important point to focus on. Make sure that the knee does not go past the tips of your toes on your front leg. You've got 10 more seconds. One more standing move, which you're gonna love. And then you'll be down on the floor for the remainder of the workout. And that last standing move is a jump. It's a bunny hop, so it's not much of a jump, only a couple of inches off the floor. But we do like plyometrics here at InShape Fitness, and I will tell you about that as we get you going. But remember a couple of things. We're here for the bunny hop. Hands on your hips and bend your knees a little bit. Always want to keep a slight bend in the knee, like when you go skiing or if you're ice skating or whatever, because you want shock absorption. You want that protection of the joint, okay? And you're landing lightly on the balls of your feet again. You're keeping your back straight, tucking in the tailbone, squeeze your tummy muscles. Let's go. Time starts now. Bunny hops, if you're already pretty fit and you want to do a bunny hop with a twist, or a lateral hop, side to side, like a ski jump. Perfectly fine. Just keep moving. Do not stop. And you're almost finished with the most aerobic component of the exercise routine. You've got 3-4 moves on the floor coming up, all ab moves. So we're gonna work those tummy muscles a little bit in order for you to feel great as you end up moving on to the next part of your day, regardless of what you're doing. I won't go back to that visual of the beach because the truth is that I'm in New York City, and the vacation that I'm actually taking, which I am taking, is to see my family and my friends, which is so much fun. But it's not like a vacation in terms of of the departure from regular life. I'll just be in regular life without my regular life. It'll be somebody else's regular life. Okay, now sit down on the floor and let's just talk quickly here about crunches. So crunches are an integral part of most of our workouts, as you probably know. They are very, very easy to get out of control, though. It's easy for momentum to sort of help you through the process, and for you to not actually really use as much of the front part of your body, but rather to absorb a lot of that movement in your back. And that's due to the fact that your back muscles are bigger than your tummy muscles in the front there. You really want to focus on squeezing those muscles and using that rib sort of trunk rotation and trunk stability to fuel the movement of the crunch. Okay, with that, you're going to do a bicycle crunch to start. Work up the side abs, those obliques, just a little bit. So bring your hands behind your head, but make sure the elbows stay wide. And you're going to lie down on the floor. Bring one knee, your right knee, to your left elbow by lifting your head and your shoulders and the top of your rib cage off the floor. Now let's get started with 30 seconds. You're going to rotate to the left knee and the right elbow, and then back. It's slow. I want you to slowly start, and I will tell you when to pick up the pace. Flailing about on the floor like a dying fish is not going to help you out here. So really squeeze those tummy muscles. Now start picking up the pace, moving a little bit faster. Switch, 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 switch. Good. 15 seconds left. Even faster now. Double time it. Go as fast as you can for the last 6 seconds. Wonderful. 3, 2, and 1. All right, now sit up completely. This is a sculling crunch, and you're going to put your hands on the floor beside your butt. You're going to bring your knees in towards your tummy, your chest. Your feet are not on the floor. Now extend your legs straight out and alternate. Knees in, knees out. Knees in, knees out. That's the pace. 30 seconds is going. I did not name the sculling crunch. I don't know what other name I would give this exercise, but because, well, I guess, the knee movement, when you're in a rowing, when you're, on a crew boat, you could maybe visualize this movement, but I don't know. It's a little odd. Anyway, keep it going. We like this move a lot because it not only works the tummy muscles, your torso, by the way, should be leaning back, and engage, the full tummy muscles. And then your hips are also getting that really fantastic workout that they need. You've got 5 more seconds. And what I want you to do is end with legs straight off the floor. And that's your next move. That is the canoe. And if you can hold it for 30 seconds, time starts now. Just keep those legs completely straight. Your hands are on the floor supporting your upper body. Your body is leaning back so that your abs are engaged. If you can, this is the 15-second mark. Lift your hands up off the floor now for the last 12 seconds. I know this is hard. Keep breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. You can do it. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. The last move is actually the corpse move, which is simply laying on your back, kind of in the same way that we began this workout. We're ending it. So lie all the way down on your back. Turn your palms up towards the sky, ceiling, whatever you are, wherever you are, and let your feet flop out. Take a couple of really deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose. Really take all of that air in as you can. Fill up your tummy as much as you can and hold it there for a second. And exhale all the way out. Let's do one more as we finish up. Relax just a couple more seconds and feel good about the fact that you endured this 25-minute workout. You do not have to go to the gym. You do not have to worry about having a metabolism boost on this day of any days. Just eat well, eat healthy. Make sure you move more than just this workout. You know, take the stairs when you can, go for a walk every day, and enjoy this week. I will be back next week with another version of our spring break blast or boost. What do we call this one? This is the boost. We'll do a blast next week. It'll be even harder. So have a wonderful week. I'm Kim Watkins from In Shape Fitness, and I am going to sign off. Have a great day.